Good evening, Virgo ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay, so Virgo, what I like to do is to get you started with your reading, okay? And basically, I'm going to cover a variety of areas, okay? I am going to cover romance, but I'm also going to cover your financial situation as well as to kind of take a look at your work or career situation, basically whatever that appears here or comes up within the energy of the reading, okay? Virgos, rest assured that this reading will not and may not resonate for each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it offers you the information that many of you are so desperately seeking. Okay, so I'm going to start off by just shuffling up my heart-shaped oracle cards here just to get a general feel, Virgos, of the energy surrounding you romantically, or just simply what messages these cards would like to share with you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on and shuffle up and I'm going to ask Spirit, what messages do Virgos need to hear at this time? And keep in mind, Virgos, this reading is valid until the end of next month, okay? So I'm going to go on and select 5 of these cards here, all right? And then we're going to go on and get started with just delivering you these messages. And then after that, we're going to get into your oracle reading, and I'm going to use a different deck. I don't believe I've shown you guys this deck as of yet, okay? So, Spirit, what messages would you like me to share with Virgos in regards to their romantic situation? Okay, I'm going to go on and select 5 cards. Okay, let's go on and start with this one. All right, let's see what the message is saying, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, forgiveness. So, some of you, it seems that you need to make some type of effort or attempt towards forgiving even yourself or someone who may have harmed you. And this card is indicating to you, it's kind of urging you, ladies and gentlemen, to stop focusing your energies on the past. You seem to be stuck on the past extremely too much, ladies and gentlemen, and you're wasting time, just as this card is showing here. Because life is certainly too precious to be wasting, constantly focusing on things over which you had no control. Okay? You can't go back and change it, right? So why constantly focusing on it? Understand, Virgos, that you certainly create your reality by what you think, what you dream, ladies and gentlemen, as well as what you imagine. We all are familiar with the law of attraction here, right? So you need to start thinking a little bit more positively, okay? Let's go on and select another card here to see what other messages that these cards would like to share here. And this seems to be very much connected, of course. These messages are solely connected to your romantic situation. Okay? Let's see which message this card brings. Wow. Okay, this card is indicating, ladies and gentlemen, that emotions are, in fact, a natural part of life. Okay? But you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, certainly that these emotions can also distort and or cloud your visions at times. I feel that some of you are just not really looking at things realistically. You know, you're only seeing what you want to see. You're like in a daydream, in a fantasy world here. Come on, Virgos, wake up. Understand that in order to see things a bit more clearly, you must let go of resentment. So it seems that it's 2 important things here that you guys need to be doing, particularly during this time frame in question. You need to surrender worry, resentment, okay, as well as surrender to forgiveness, ladies and gentlemen. It seems to be the most appropriate. Okay, let's select another message here. Okay. All right. This message is certainly suggesting that it looks like you guys have really been going through something with a lover here because this card is indicating or telling you that you've been arguing in some sense or you've just been very judgmental. And the message of this card is saying that criticizing one another, ladies and gentlemen, will certainly only lead to further unhappiness. It's time that you love and accept each other as you are. And your relationship certainly will magically transform. Okay? Let's grab another message, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Let's see what this card says. Embrace. Understand that through each other, you're going to certainly find the missing pieces, but how the hell can you find it when you're constantly arguing and criticizing each other? You're not even listening to one another, okay? So just take some time, you guys, and I think that you need to kind of get have more compassion. I'm getting. Let's look at one last message with this card, and then we're going to get on into your oracle reading and see what other information that we can glean here. All right. Wow. Let's see what the message of this card. Sexual union. It's time that, or sacred union, I mean. It's time that you honor and treasure your relationship because the cards are really saying, ladies and gentlemen, that you really have a sacred union here. And this looks like it's more connected with those in an existing type partnership here. But it also seems too that you guys, like I said, some of you you've broken up with an ex perhaps, and you're just still holding on to this person. You can't have a meaningful relationship, ladies and gentlemen, until you forgive, let go of resentment. Okay, so let's go on as already discussed. I'm gonna go on and just get out one of my energy decks here. Okay, and we're gonna go on and just shuffle up here and see what other additional messages that the angels would like to share with you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, with these cards, you're certainly going to be receiving very powerful messages from not only your spiritual helpers, ladies and gentlemen, but you're going to receive compelling, evocative messages from your angels, you know, your ascended masters, as well as other guides, you know, who surround you. Okay? So, Spirit, what messages would you like me to share with Virgos, particularly for this time period in question here? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off by just looking at the card here that fell to the bottom of the deck here. Wow. We have balance, okay? And it came up in reverse. And usually I don't read reverse cards because my opinion is that they're stupid, I think, because there is a lot of negative and there is both positive as well as negative polarities in each card here. So actually adding a reverse card to me seems senseless. But anyway, since it did come up like this, let me go on and interpret it in the reverse place. Okay, so we have balance here. And these are the energy that's kind of coming towards you, particularly during this time span in question. And of course, with this card is usually about centered energy. Okay, it's all about self-care. So, since it did happen to appear in a reverse position, this is certainly showing me that it looks like an aspect in your life appears to be very off balance. And we kind of saw what it seems to be more so in your romantic situation, but of course it could just stem to all of the areas, you know, work, career. Okay, I feel that it seems that you guys might be a bit too, you may be focusing, I'm getting, too heavily on a lover, or too much, or just attributing, Virgos, extremely too much attention to your work, or perhaps to the acquisition of money, or the lack thereof. Okay? So this card, I feel that the key here is for you to kind of begin to focus more on you and take your mind off of things a bit. Live in this moment, Virgos. It seems that more self-love is required that I'm getting here with this card. Things are off balance, and it's probably your spirituality is probably off balance too, because too much attention, as I said, is being attributed to things that you need to kind of come back to you, if you will. All right? Let's look at the next card here. Okay? Let's see what we have. We actually have letting go of urgency, ladies and gentlemen. So it seems that a lot of you, you're gonna have, you're gonna surrender. You're gonna get over this feeling of always um, having this restraint against you. You know, I'm kind of seeing a great healing that's going to be coming towards you, ladies and gentlemen, particularly with this card. Okay, and then let's move right along. Okay, those are the cards here for your bottom energy here. So let's go on and just move right along here and just look at a few things, ladies and gentlemen, that you might consider in terms of what may have already occurred. It may have occurred in the past for you guys, or it may be occurring. It may be occurring coming up or soon to occur here. You have the travel, change, and location card here. So I'm kind of getting that some of you may be considering a change of residence, or you may have already done this or travel. And I feel that either you're going to go on a weekend type trip or some type of romantic interlude or a vacation. It may have happened or it might soon. I don't, it's it could be like for some of you could be, time is fluid, so it could be, you know, in the way that you're kind of it could be different for both of you, okay, or many of you. I feel too that either of you moved or you've contemplated kind of doing this, and it looks like this God here is here and available to assist you that I'm kind of getting. All right. I'm also getting two here that you have two, ladies and gentlemen. You have up from the depths here. This card is all about releasing difficulty here. So I feel that many of you are kind of in the process of resolving difficulties, or you may have already resolved some difficulties. And it seems that these different difficulties seems to be more so romantically as well as perhaps in your financial situation, because I feel that some of you appear to be, or you were very depressed, and you really, it was very difficult, ladies and gentlemen, or it's been very difficult for you to kind of see the forest from the trees here, with this being more so your central type situation here. But in terms of what's kind of crossing you or what supports you here, you have relaxation. And once again, we have one of those reverse cards, ladies and gentlemen. But in the upright, this certainly shows a lot of peaceful happiness associated here with that card, ladies and gentlemen. It shows relaxation, and it seems that a lot of you're just not really getting the rest that you need, and this card is really calling for you to kind of do so. And then you have sensitivity and strength, and it also shows too that it's time that you resist the urge to make a situation worse, just like your heart-shaped cards was telling you. Show more compassion. There's no sense in adding more, you know flame to the fire or fuel to the fire. Have more compassion, again, as I've already indicated. And this card is calling for you to be a bit more adaptable, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And then you have many of you here, you have this freedom card here. So I'm seeing that you are going to be making some efforts to move on, or just to let go of the past, which, as you've seen here, the cards have been telling you, it's time to forgive. It's time to let go and move on and focus on you more. You need to show more self-love, ladies and gentlemen. This is the key here with that freedom card. All right? And so let's look at, more of how things are going to begin with you, or the ancestors or helpers who surround you. You have ancestors. Wow, this is the card that came up. So this card is all about our historical connections and purposes. So it certainly shows, ladies and gentlemen, you see these people here? You have a lot of people around here. Your ancestors are here, ladies and gentlemen, to assist you. Okay? And it shows a deep connection here, and they're going to certainly guide you along the way. And let's look at how it ends here for you guys. You have Shamanic Healer. This is another very good card, ladies and gentlemen, because it certainly shows that, again, not only are you going to be moving on and, kind of letting things go that have been plaguing you, you're going to go through a new beginning, a cleansing process, a healing process, ladies and gentlemen. And some aspect of your life It's going to heal. I'm kind of seeing here with this card. Correct? So why don't we just go on and take out these letters here? And I just want to just give you some indication, ladies and gentlemen, of the people coming into your energy field, particularly romantically, during this time period in question. Okay? And the people that show up here are the ones that you may want to consider embracing the energies of these cards to kind of turn your situation around if it's been troubling you. Okay? So, Spirit, what messages would you like me to share here? I mean, please assist me with these letters. Okay? I'm so used to saying that. Okay? So, I'm going to go on and select 20 letters. Okay, let's see. We have a D, an O, a T, an E, an I, an O, an E, another O, U, we have a B, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10. So Spirit, give us 10 more letters, please. Have an H, U, G, S, A, E, L, 3 more letters, I, X. And we have an N. I'm going to go on and call these back to you to make sure that you have them. We have one N, an X, 2 I's. There are 3 E's, ladies and gentlemen. S, A, L, 3 O's, 2 U's, a T, a B, G, H, as well as a D. All right? So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to leave you with a final message. A message simply meant for you, from Spirit. I'm going to share this message with you from my postcards that I have here. Okay? A message simply meant for you, particularly a message that you might want to consider, particularly during this time period in question. Okay? And it's a message for your higher good. Highest good. Okay, let's see. Spirit, what final message would you like me to share with Virgo? Okay. Here's the postcard, Virgo, and I'm going to read it as it is written. Dear, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way that you want to feel, and find peace and security. But you can. There's a lot to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you, loving you so, so much. So, Virgo, this is a message that I have for you. I certainly hope that, again, that this reading has offered food for thought. Please take a few moments and tap that subscription button, okay? And if you like this reading, please Give it a big thumbs up and share your comments, okay? If you like a more personal reading, you can definitely contact me at will.brown at watconsultinginc.net. Enjoy your evening. Thanks a lot.